KTAR News covers the Democratic National Convention. Here's more of our KTAR News special live from Chicago with Jim Sharpe.
And we are back here with the Sheriff of Mecklenburg County, who is also happens to be on the board of directors of the National Sheriff's Association. Sheriff Garry McFadden joining us now in our coverage here. Wanted to talk about what law enforcement is hoping to hear from the Democrats as far as their platform goes. You know, it seemed for a long, long time that it was the Republicans were the party of law enforcement, and they were the ones that were going to make sure that cops were taken care of, and that the money was available so that people could have safe streets, and then maybe things have changed a bit. I did want to talk about what the priorities are for the National Sheriff's Association here, and also talk a little bit about our border sheriffs we have in Arizona. I know a couple of them. You know a couple of them. We were just talking about Mark Lamb. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you so much. Glad to be here. Glad to voice the opinions of all of American sheriffs.
Yeah,
Democrat or Republican, we're the voice.
You said, this is funny, you said that when you and Mark Lamb got together the first time, he was known as kind of as America's sheriff, but you're known as America's black sheriff.
Yeah, I am. and let's make no doubt about it, I love Mark Lamb, so don't nobody start any trouble. We are sheriffs, and we get along, and we're brothers, but I love my sheriffs. I love my sheriffs.
So what are you hoping to hear from the Democratic National Convention today as far as their priorities and law enforcement goes?
Well, law enforcement has a lot of priorities, and a lot of those priorities have never been answered. We all talk about the borders. My fellow sheriffs out west have a border problem.
Yeah.
Everybody else gives us immigration problems. And so do we have either? It's the same thing. And so we just want people to recognize the sheriffs of America, listen to us. We are now becoming our county hospitals. Instead of being inside of mental institutions or being rehabilitated through behavioral health, we are now those places that people take. I just had a mother this morning begging me to transport her son from one facility to my facility, which is 2.5 hours away. And I'm telling her, I don't have the manpower yet, but we will transport your son. And I can show anybody that. And if anybody wants to know this, I'll email it to them and show them. So we're talking about mental health. We're talking about fentanyl. We're talking about the borders. We're talking about retention. We're talking about all of these. And we wanted to be invited to the White House, or more or less we want to invite them to our house and get the first-hand look at what we deal with as sheriffs. We are the duly elected law enforcement officials of the land.
Yeah.
Give us that respect. Never second guess us, and never allow us to be your second thought.
And unlike chiefs of police, you're elected.
We are elected by the people.
Yeah.
1.2 million people elected me in my county.
Wow.
And they have elected me again, and I hope they elected me again.
You just became sheriff in 2018.
2018, this is my 43rd year in law enforcement.
Yeah, you were with the Mecklenburg Police Department?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so it's a little different. The sheriff has an agenda. We speak for the people. The people talk to us more than they talk to the local chiefs, and nothing slight to them, but we listen to their problems. You know, we're talking about retention. We want to hire more people, and we want to help have our officers and deputies mentally well. When we're talking about retention, we're talking about mental illness. I can tell you that there is a person inside my facility today, has been in there for 14 years, not months, waiting to go to trial, but he doesn't have the capacity to proceed. It's called ITP. You can look it up. Incapable to proceed. Wow. And so I have to create a restoration program inside my facility, which I have, but now all of the 100 sheriffs in North Carolina is going to rely on me to accept people with behavioral health problems. Now think about that. Wow. I'm opening up a center in law enforcement to assist people with behavioral health. Is that our job? Well, the citizens of my county now and the state are requiring me to do that, and that's part of my job.
Do you feel like you're being heard by the national leaders in the Democratic National?
I think the problem that we have is, and this is the problem I have, I speak straight, it takes more than an hour meeting. We don't want to have a meeting at a table and then all of a sudden an intern or someone comes in there and says, okay, he has another meeting. Thank you. We don't want those meetings.
Yeah.
We want you to come to our facility and actually witness firsthand what we go through as a sheriff.
Donald Trump is going to be visiting Cochise County, where Sheriff Mark Daniels is, on Thursday, the same day that Kamala Harris is going to speak here. We were talking about whether it's an attempt to upstage, because Arizona is so important to this election. Should Kamala Harris visit a border county and go there with the sheriff?
Well, she should visit North Carolina. She should come and visit Sheriff Garry McFadden of Mecklenburg County.
Okay, first?
In Mecklenburg County.
Okay.
I'm on the board of directors for the National Sheriff Association. So I'm representing all sheriffs of America.
Right.
But imagine coming to see a board of directors sheriff in the largest county in North Carolina. I will accept that. We would even buy them lunch. But it would be great if they come and just visit firsthand to see what we deal with retention, mental health, fentanyl. Is unbelievable right now.
Yeah, it's the number one killer right now for young people.
Yes.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
And it is. And what we are doing there, and that's why it's so important for them to see what we're doing. We could help these problems if they come and see what we're doing and how they could help. Inside my detention center, it's a 3,000-bed facility, but each pod housing unit has their own box of Narcan. So if one of the, we don't say inmates, we say residents, falls out, that's it.
Wow. All right. Are we heading towards a break, guys? Because I'm hearing a lot of echo here for some reason. What's going on? I'm here talking with Sheriff Garry McFadden. He is on the board of directors of the National Sheriff Association. Real quickly, what is the most important thing for the Sheriff's Association to get across to the Democrats during this big week?
They need to recognize us. They need to come and talk to us and spend time with us and learn what we do as American sheriffs. Okay.
And I'll ask it one more time. Border visit, is that important for Kamala Harris to do that?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And
detention center visit? Absolutely.
Okay.
Visiting sheriffs across America? Absolutely.